Hello, welcome to another episode of Kitchen 701. Today we're going to be making an egg bake. So we're gonna grab a bunch of stuff from the garden and from the girls to put in our yummy egg bake. And so you can probably hear them in the background. Let's go check them out. Hey ladies, how you doing this morning? Doing pretty good, looks like. All right, let's go check out what you got for me. Perfect. We've got 4 eggs. That'll go so well in our egg bake. We'll of course need more, but that's a super good start. Check them out over there. I love my girls. Okay, so now let's go over to the garden. And we need some goodies from here. So let's find some tomatoes. I just picked a bunch of tomatoes, so we might need to take some less than super red ones, just because we did do a good picking to make some salsa the other day. All right, we got some tomatoes, looking pretty good already. We're gonna grab some peppers. We got some serrano peppers growing in here. Ooh, I spot a good one. Okay, we'll just grab one of those. Let's see, we need some cucumber. Got a good cucumber. We're gonna grab this yellow squash. Awesome. And lastly, we need to find an onion buried in all this craziness. Oh, there's a little one. And we'll grab that big one too. Okay. Good score for early in the morning. Okay, we'll say goodbye to the chickens. All right, let's get started on our egg bake. Okay, my herbs are so overgrown. It's crazy, but we're going to just make do. All right, we're gonna grab this big stalk of basil. Of course, we're gonna cut down all those flowers that you see there. We're gonna chop up some of this parsley to go in the egg bake. So we're gonna grab one of those big stalks. Okay, we got that parsley. We're gonna skip the oregano, but see all these good chives in here through all my crazy raspberries? We want those. So let's grab those yummy chives. These raspberries are poking me. They are just crazy. Okay, got a good pile of herbs here. We're good to go now. Okay, so we've gathered all of our goodies from the garden. Now it's time to make this egg bake. It's actually pretty simple. There's a couple steps to it, but nothing too crazy. I've greased a 9x13 pan with actually my lard that I made after deer hunting. So it was this jar of awesome lard that I spread all the way around it. And then it's a matter of cutting up our veggies and mixing our eggs in with a little bit of milk. So I'll run through those steps, okay? So we're gonna do our zucchini, squash, tomatoes. We're gonna throw in a cucumber there just for some added veggies, and a serrano pepper. And then we've got some sliced mushrooms, obviously not from my garden. We're gonna put those in there. And then we're going to add in our herbs, our onions as well. Add in our herbs, and then on the bottom there's gonna be some hash browns. So I'll run through these steps a little more for you. So first, we're just going to chop up the zucchini and the squash and the cucumber, and they're going to just get a rough chop, and we're actually going to saute them a little bit to cook them down a little and add just that added flavor of the saute with some olive oil. So you can see we're just gonna kind of quarter these chunks of the squash because they'll cook down a little bit in the pan. Same goes for the zucchini and the cucumber. We're just gonna do this exactly the same. maybe make the zucchini chunks a little smaller just because we've got a bigger zucchini here. And then, like I said, they're just going to go right in the pan, cook down with some olive oil, add some salt and pepper, and we're gonna do that. Yeah, let's chop up the zucchini a little bit more, make those a little bit smaller pieces so that Miss Adeline can eat our egg bake easily too. All right. Okay, let's get our chives out of the way there. So that's what we're going to do with all of our veggies and get them in a pan. Okay, so we've got quite the pan, as you can see. We've got our zucchini, our squash. We chopped up our onion pretty fine, diced our tomato, and then we kept the mushrooms sliced like this. Like I said, we're gonna cook this down until the onions are translucent. The mushrooms have that kind of almost like slimy, slippery feel to them, but that's when you know they're good. And the veggies have cooked down a little bit. So that's the next step in the process. While we wait for that pan to really start heating up and cooking all those veggies down, we're going to put the hash browns in the bottom of this. No great science to this because it'll likely get moved around a little bit. You just want a little layer to go on the bottom. You can kind of see that, just a small little layer of hash browns, not too much. All right, now the really fun part, because I get to use my girls' products that they give me every day. I'm gonna take 12 of these beautiful eggs. Look at the color. This is like an olive green. This is kind of like a pale blue. We've got a bright white. That's usually pretty rare. Usually they're, this green color, but look at that variety. Isn't that just awesome? So we're gonna take 12 of those eggs, get them mixed in a bowl, add a little bit of milk to it, and then a little bit of pepper. And we're just gonna get that mixed and incorporated and ready to pour over our 9x13 when our veggies are ready. Okay, so as that pan is sizzling away and the water's cooking down out of the vegetables, and we've got those onions cooking, we're going to get some other stuff ready. So we're gonna prep our herbs that we picked. We've got some basil, so we're gonna grab that. Remember I said we're not going to use any part of this floured stuff, obviously. So we've got our nice basil leaves here. Don't need a crazy amount of them, but this is going to get added into the egg mixture that we've whisked up. So let's pick the parsley off some of these stems. So that's a good amount of parsley. We don't need a lot. And this whole big part of the parsley obviously all gets tossed. And then we've got a few little sprigs of chives that we're going to just cut up everything and just get it all ready to go into the egg mixture. Nothing too crazy about this, just get it all chopped up pretty finely, because you don't want to get a big chunk of basil and parsley in your egg bake. Although it's really good, you don't need those big chunks at a time. So chop away here. You can hear that pan really sizzling. That's what we want. It's cooking everything down. We've added some salt and pepper to that mix. You can hear Adeline is busy playing away this morning already. Okay, so look at that. That didn't take too much time. Nice little combo of some good herbs. Get that added in to our egg mixture that we've whisked. Okay, so see that? We're just going to whisk the herbs right in. Ooh, look at that. You could not ask for a better breakfast. All of this came right from the backyard. How cool is that? And all those veggies, no mushrooms obviously, but what a cool thing, right? We only bought the mushrooms and the hash browns. So neat. I love it. Okay, as you can see, we have a guest here. Adeline wanted to be part of this egg bake, I guess. So now our veggies have all cooked down. So look at that. They're all cooked down. We got the water cooked out of them. We are going to simply, if I look over Adeline's head here, get her to not grab any of them, we're going to simply put these on top of the hash browns. Okay. All right. Doesn't that look cool? Good mix of veggies there. Awesome. Okay, and then another pretty easy part here. We're just going to pour our egg mixture right over the top. Okay, we've managed to not have Adeline get any of it, so that is a huge win in my part. Ooh, look at that. Okay. And then, for the good part. Now, I said I bought the mushrooms and the hash browns. I lied. I did buy the cheese. You gotta have cheese. So, we're gonna sprinkle some Parmesan cheese over the top. A very generous amount of that. Parmesan cheese and egg bake go together pretty well. And then, of course, some Colby Jack cheese over the top. Got to have that. That is a must. And then, another super good part here. We had some bacon the other morning. So, leftover bacon. That's weird. I don't know if any of you have ever experienced that. I think it's pretty rare. But we have some leftover bacon. I chopped it up. We're gonna put that right over the top. So this was a veggie bake, except how can you resist bacon? You can't. I've tried. You can't do it. All right, let's just sprinkle this all in here. I mean, why not? We can't have leftover bacon for 2 meals in a row. That would be a disgrace. Okay, we are ready to get this in the oven. We preheated our oven pretty warm at 425. This is gonna bake for, we're gonna be cooking this for about an hour. So this one, oh boy, she's already rubbing her eyes. She wants a nap. She might want some of this egg bake. She's gonna have to wait a little bit. So in the oven for about 60 minutes, basically gonna cook it until you can see that this is all cooked through, that the egg is all fully cooked. Those hash browns are gonna be soaking up all that egg on the bottom, so it's not like they're gonna be getting crispy or anything, but it's going to be yummy. All right, thanks for watching. Say bye, Adeline.